So, as many of you well know, I recently released my video showcasing my rework for the Golem boss in Terraria. And if you haven't watched that yet, I highly recommend you go do that. But for the uneducated, how the fight works is when you summon the golem, nothing seems to happen yet, but the temple starts shaking and rocks start falling from the sky and this golem head starts chasing you. And then you have to run out of the jungle temple, after which you get booted to a subworld. And then the golem rises up in the background as a colossus, and you have to destroy all these pillars while the golem is sieging you with his attacks. And once you've done that, a mysterious interloper shows up and turns you giant so you can have a proper fight with the golem, and that's it. And people seem to like that, pretty much. The video did quite well, but some people were quick to point out that the third phase where you fight the golem head-on is rather underwhelming. And I'm here to confess that, well, that's because it is. You see, I really wanted to get a video out in time for last weekend, but I ended up running out of time, so the third phase was somewhat of a rush job. And you know, I just thought to myself, it'd been so long since my last boss rework video, I had to give you guys something. And I mean, it worked, didn't it? The video got lots of views, content, engagement, people were generally happy, and since I delivered a somewhat incomplete product on the first video, I now get to make this follow-up video and get even more views.
Mr. Bookman, I have the very odd feeling that you're taking advantage of me.
Oh, you have? Well, that's a pity. Because I am!
Anyway, now that we're finished with that lesson in YouTube economics, let's get on to what I've actually changed. The first phase of the fight where you run out of the temple is pretty much exactly the same. I don't think I changed anything. But the second phase, which I already thought was the best part of the fight, has received some improvements. For one, instead of the world just being completely flat, I tried to make actually kind of natural looking terrain. It's not perfect, but for a first time, I think it's pretty good. And besides the third phase being kind of underwhelming, one common complaint was the excessive amount of bullet spam. And I mean, I think the second phase was fine as it was, but I do admit I have been relying a little bit too much on flooding the screen with bullets as of late. So I toned down the projectiles on all of the golem's attacks, and to compensate, I added these flying golem heads that show up sometimes during the second phase and attack you, but they can be killed. And finally, the most exciting part, the third phase, the golem is still basically its normal size in relation to you. The first part where the golem has its body is pretty much the same, just with some much needed polish, but the second phase where you fight the golem's head by itself has been completely revamped with completely unique and very cool attacks, I dare say. And in a few seconds I'm going to show you an unedited recording of the third phase, but first, if you haven't heard, 100% of my viewers are subscribed, so if you aren't subscribed yet, then you don't exist.
Hypocrite!